I got her. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're enjoying RC Plane Week on the CaptainDrone channel, because if you haven't noticed, all week it's been RC planes. So this video is actually a review video of this little monster here. FMS is also the company that makes a lot of RC cars and trucks that I show on this channel. So this is one of their really new planes. It's called a T-28 Trojan. Now they did have an older version of this, and of course this one's the newer one, and it's called version 2. So if you're looking to buy this, make sure you always see the version 2, and it'd be as cool as this one. In my opinion, a plane like this is great for a beginner because it's only an 800mm wingspan. You know, it's pretty long, it's long enough, but the plane is not scary at all, and it comes with reflex. Now I know you're saying, what's reflex? That's something that FMS made, but it's pretty cool. It's in here, I'll show it to you. There's a mess of wires in here, but right here, this unit is reflex. And of course over here, where are you? There's my receiver right there. That's the receiver I stuck in it. I'll tell you about that in a second. So reflex is basically an assistance for the pilot. So someone like me who's flying on a really windy day, when I took this out to mate in it, it's pretty windy and it's not a large plane, so the wind's going to knock it around, and I got to try to keep it straight in the air and control it with the rudder so it's not going too much sideways. Well, with the reflex system in here, I did use it. It counteracts the wind. So when the wind is knocking the plane like this, it pushes it back, but it does it faster than I can humanly do it. So with the reflex, this thing flies nice and straight, and it makes it easy for me on the joysticks to fly. Really good system. The motor up front is pretty powerful. It's a 1700 kV brushless motor with a 20 amp ESC inside, so that means it can run on a 3S battery. You could probably run it on a 2S, and you could probably run it on a 4S, but they recommend a 3S, so I use a 3S battery. And the battery I used in this plane, in this review, is right here. I got this off of Amazon. They don't cost very much. Usually you get 2 of them for like $30 and charge them up yourself. If you're in the RC hobby, you have an RC charger. With a battery like this, I'll get about 6 minutes of flight time safely. To control the plane from the ground, you have to be in the RC hobby, and you have to have a radio, an RC hobby radio. So I have a Spectrum radio. This is an old one. It doesn't exist anymore. Anyways, if you're in the RC hobby, you buy a radio and you can keep it for like 10 or 20 years and it'll work with everything. So this one's old, but it still binds to anything that's Spectrum because that's how it works. You know, if a company makes a radio, then every receiver they make, there's a receiver in here, I'll show you that close up, will always work with their radios. They're backwards compatible. So every time you see me flying an RC plane, I pretty much use this radio. This is my RC plane radio. I also use it sometimes for helicopters too. And I'll bring this close. This is the receiver that I connected to the radio that I stuck in here. It's called an AR620 and it's made by Spectrum. And what's cool about it is when you put it in your plane, like if I pull it out here, this is a brand new one. I haven't used this already. So if you put it in the plane, it's only like this big. There it is, a little thing like that. You put it in the plane, you connect all the wires to the channels. Each channel equals something, and bind this, press this little button here, put your radio on bind the two together. All of these radios are all made for like the first 4 channels are the joysticks going this way and that way, and that's how a plane works. You know, that's your like your throttle and your rudder, your ailerons and your, you know, your elevators and all that other good stuff. So everything just works in the RC plane hobby. It's so simple. This plane does have ailerons here, so I can do flips and rolls in the sky if I want, and it makes it very easy to fly. I have an elevator in the back to go up and down. I have a rudder working, so I can go side to side, and you have landing gear that does come off. So in this video, you're going to see me fly it with the landing gear, but because we have so much snow here, I take the landing gear off and I just throw it and fly it that way. And I do put a camera on it in this video as well. So how about you watch the video and then come back to me. All right, we're out on this really cold day with the FMS T-28, and you can see the wind is knocking it around. It's pretty windy out here. I'm going to take it for a flight, and I wanted to try it out for the very first time using the landing gear. Now, the landing gear, obviously, you need pavement. As you can see behind me, I've got no snow here, but there's snow everywhere else. It's still winter time here in Canada where I am. So I'm going to try to fly it here in this little parking lot, take off, try not to hit all the light posts and the trees and everything else, you know, my luck, and then land it. Then if everything goes well, then my next plan is to take off the landing gear and I'm just going to throw it. I'm going to go to another field maybe and then just toss it because I like a lot of hand tossers, and this looks like a good size for a hand tosser. So the battery I'm using is, I probably showed you this already, it's an 1100 3S LiPo battery. I should get probably more than 5 minutes flight time, but I'm just going to fly it for a short time because it's kind of cold. And I did put a Spectrum receiver in it. It comes with FMS reflex that you can turn on or off. and then you hook up your receiver to that. I know this plane is blowing everywhere, and I'm going to use a Spectrum radio, my old Spectrum radio, and that's pretty much it. I got to get flying before the wind just blows everything away. So here we go. Okay, I got to take off my gloves to put in the battery. It's getting kind of cold. Hopefully my gloves don't blow away. Turn on my radio. I just pull this canopy off. There's my little Spectrum receiver. It's a 6-channel receiver I stuck in there. This comes with the plane. This is the FMS Reflex, and your battery goes over here, and there should be a battery cable. It is a JST battery cable, so you can either use an adapter for your battery or get a battery with a JST connector like this one here. I got this off of Amazon. Let's connect this and let it start up. There we go. Leave it quiet for a second, or don't touch it. Start up. Make a beep sound. Do something. There we go. There we are. It's ready to go, so I'll put the canopy on. So CG is pretty simple. So I've got little black marks here and here. Oop, where are they? Really close to the front right here. And this is the CG. If I hold it, yeah, it's pretty good. Little nose heavy, but good enough to fly. Okay, so it looks like the wind is right here coming into my face. So I'm gonna fly this way, go up and go to the right, I guess, and then come around. I'll go move myself closer to that field once I have it up in the air. This is a maiden flight, so I'm gonna make sure everything works. So let's check out our elevators in the back. Up and down, that's great. And then our rudder over here, good. And then our little ailerons over there, right and left. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Well, it's well balanced. I think I got the CG correct.
4 minutes.
There we are. It's an awesome looking plane. Beautiful. Just gotta watch those posts. Okay, I'm pretty impressed. So now what I have to do is land it and then go and try a flight where I'm using no landing gear. All right, so let me go stand over here and we'll land it. And when I bring it down, I just got to miss the stow bank and miss me and miss this post, and we're good. I'm usually pretty good at landings, like getting them pretty close to me. So never flew this plane before. I'm just adjusting the throttle, keeping it away from things. Here we are. Look at that. Look at that. It's almost like I did this before. And then bring it down. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. When you bounce a plane like that, that's called Loserville. It's best to take it around again, because as soon as it bounces up, yeah, it's just gonna bounce again. So that's because I had too much speed for the amount of drop I was giving it. So let's try this again. Try not to do Loserville again. So I'm killing the throttle now. I'm gonna let it drop. It's going into the wind, so the wind will lift the wings. Got a city bus right beside me, but I can miss that because those things are huge. Oh, get over that snowbank. And then now I'm killing the throttle. Whoa, kill the throttle. Whoa, kill the throttle. There we go. Did I get it? Did I get it? There we go. And what I love on this thing is the nose gear is steerable. So you can drive it on the pavement, drive it around. That's why I'm bringing it back here. And it will go where you want it to go. So flight number 1 with the landing gear was a success. Now let's go do flight number 2, and I'll pull the landing gear off and I'll just toss it. All right, I've got the T-28 and I'm gonna take off the landing gear right here. It comes off really easy, so you can put it on and off right at the field if you want. You will need a type of screwdriver, a hex screwdriver for the forward landing gear. That's to install it and pull it out. It's just a little grub screw in the front. So first, let's take these ones off. These ones are pretty simple. They have a little snappy latch here. You pull it. There's one. There's two. It's that simple. And then you just pull the landing gear back and you just pull it straight in the opposite direction. If that made any sense. So there's one, there's two, and then the forward one, here, you gotta put these little things back or else you'll lose them when you're flying. And then in the forward section, I'll just push this back. Take your little hex screwdriver, and there's a grub screw right here. You just spin it once or twice. If I can get it in there. So here we go. And it comes right out. There you go. There's your forward landing gear. The grub screw will not fall out. You don't have to worry about losing it. It's just loosened. And then when you want to fly with your landing gear again, can you see me in the camera? When you want to fly with the landing gear again, just put everything back on. It takes like seconds, as you saw. All right, let's go fly this. All right, I'm going to try an underhand toss. I don't know, the wind is coming at me, but there's trees everywhere. I got to get it up and around and away from the trees, but here we go. Wish me luck. Well, I got her. That was a close one to me. All right, bring her back. Here we are, coming right at me. Try to miss this tree. Dive bomb and over. Beautiful. Such an awesome flying plane. If you can fly a plane this size in windy weather like I'm doing now, and it flies as well as it does, that means it's a really good plane. All right, we're going to go up. Look at that. Look at that. You know, for a plane this size, flying in the wind, it does extremely well. No complaints from me whatsoever. And it looks cool too with the landing gear off. I know you can't see it, but you will in a second because I am going to buzz around me. Okay, I've walked down the field just so I can get shots of it closer so you can get it in the camera, my GoPro on my head. So now I can fly it lower without hitting things like this tree right over to the right. But look at that. Whoa. Bring it back. Let's come back this way. Same thing, but this time this way. There's a little tree over there I gotta watch out for. Look at that. The thing is gorgeous. We're gonna bring it down for a landing right at my feet. So here we go. Bring it out.
2 minutes.
Bring it around. Kill the throttle a bit and bring her down. And we're coming over here. Now these planes right out of the box are designed to be belly landers, as you saw here. So you can land on grass or anything. The prop is designed, it's a 3-blade prop, but it is designed that when it hits, like most time you land, you will bring in a plane like this and you'll lift it up, you'll flare it at the ends, and the prop is up a bit, but watch, when the prop is down, it's not that bad. If it's like this, it's gonna spin like that, so it's all right. All right, so you're back to me. Hopefully you enjoyed my little review of this baby. What I'm gonna show you next is the box that this came in, taking everything out of the box and assembling it. Check it out. This is the box your T-28 comes in, and inside the box, these are the contents. First you have the owner's manual, followed by the main wings, followed by the fuselage, followed by the horizontal stabilizers, followed by the landing gear, and followed finally by the propeller. Now you do get a USB-C cable just in case you want to reprogram the reflex system, and you also get screws to attach the wings. To assemble the plane, just take the main wings and pass the 2 wires through the fuselage. Then push the wings in place and fasten them with the included screws. Now the horizontal stabilizers do require that you glue them in place, so you will need to get yourself some glue. Then place the glue on the horizontal stabilizers and then lock them into place. Next, attach the servo push rod to the control horn on the elevator. To install the nose wheel, slide it into place and tighten the grub screw. The landing gear on each wing simply snaps into place. And when the landing gear is correctly installed, it looks like this. To install the propeller, slide it into place, place the plastic harness over top, then secure everything with the metal nose bolt. So after watching all of that, I gotta say, I highly recommend getting this plane. It is awesome for a beginner. And if you're not a beginner, say you're someone who's been in the hobby for a while, flying RC planes, you're gonna love this thing because it doesn't take up a lot of room in your car. It flies amazing. Oh my God, it flies amazing. So yeah, it's a really good plane. And the price is not too crazy too. If I look at the price today in US dollars, it's about $160 US for this plane, which is actually a pretty good deal for something this nice. So I'm gonna post a link to this plane below. Go and check it out and see if it's for you. If you know nothing about the RC plane hobby, well, here's all you have to know. You gotta get yourself an RC plane radio. So if you don't know which one to get something by Spectrum. It's so simple with Spectrum. Trust me, it's so simple. Next, all you need is a receiver. This one is the most common receiver most people use because it's a 6-channel receiver and you can use it in pretty much any plane. Then get yourself a battery and a battery charger, an RC hobby battery charger. Watch one of my millions of videos on how to charge batteries and you're all set, and then you're in the hobby and it's too easy. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in future videos with drone reviews. Until then, I say bye. I got her.